is a question we have been asking Oklahoma City leaders for weeks. What happens if a person experiencing homelessness refuses to go to a shelter or to get help?
Fox 25's investigative reporter Erica Stannis shows us what it takes to get a person to ask for help and why until then they say they're experiencing nothing but frustration. Erica.
We showed you last night how the city cleans up the camps, moving the homeless from what was their home to anywhere else. But where do they go if they don't seek help? Here's why the answer isn't as easy as you'd imagine.
It's a day they all dread. They've done it before, but for Angela, this one's different.
For them to just keep coming and shoving us out, where are we going? We got nowhere to go.
She hasn't been homeless for very long, but it's still hard to process.
I worked in nursing homes. I took care of veterans. I've been a product of society. I'm somebody. There's somebody, and there's somebody. And we get treated like we're nobody. And it's not fair.
But crews there to clean up means clearing out and taking everything you can.
They hurt us like we're cattle.
While they group their personal belongings into a pile, and if they can, into a car. Everything else is on hold.
I'm hungry right now. I haven't got to eat all day because they've been over here all day chasing us out.
They work on Plan B.
And it's not right. It's not right.
Where to go next.
This area is kind of like what I call a homeless highway.
Sergeant Pauls works with the homeless outreach team through the Oklahoma City Police Department. He says he and other officers reach out to the homeless every day, especially if a cleanup is scheduled soon, something he says they give plenty of notice about.
Homeless outreach, anybody home?
He goes from camp to camp.
Do you guys need anything? Don't need any medical attention?
Working to get those who want off the streets information on how to do it.
If you should ever need anything out here, you need any services or anything like that, call 911 and ask if they would send a homeless outreach officer to you.
He showed us the core of the camps.
They would lower themselves down into the creek. Yeah, they crawl back and forth.
Where and how many eat, sleep, and live.
If I have to build a fire in my tent, I can't without burning it down. And cook in there and everything else. I cook in there too.
He explains while cleanup is important to keep the city hazard-free, it's also important to treat the homeless with dignity.
The city is very compassionate. We want to help people. We don't want to throw anybody's property away. And so we will avoid that at all costs.
But the process isn't easy. And for many, getting help isn't a first choice.
I just won't be in a shelter. I won't.
You can offer people services all day long, but you can't force them to accept those services.
OKCPD says it typically takes 72 times before a homeless person will reach out for help, even if it means being uprooted often.
We get moved around all the time. Where are we going? Where are we going?
To go to a shelter?
Nobody takes dogs. They're our family. You know, my dog's my family and my protection.
There's a lot of them, and they'll fight you tooth and nail that want to be here, you know.
And dealing with pain and uncertainty.
Probably 50% of us have frostbite. This is frostbite, and it hurts.
The shuffle continues on.
I used to be proud to be an Oklahoman. Now it's all I wish is I was somewhere else, and I don't ever want to see Oklahoma again.
Now, we told you last night it costs the city on average $5,000 to $6,000 per cleanup, and there's no limit on that budget, which comes from the city's general fund. Now, this was part 5 of our series on homelessness in Oklahoma City. To watch our stories, you can head to OKCFox.com under the Fox 25 Investigates tab.